What's up guys, Trump back with another video, and in today's video I want to discuss the anomaly of Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved, I'm not gonna lie to you, it is not the best set ever. But in certain circumstances, it doesn't matter if you're a good set or if you're a trash set, it really just matters about supply and demand. Team Up is a perfect example of this. Team Up only got printed one time because of COVID-19 coming right around the time it was out. If Team Up got printed again, it would still be expensive, but it would not be anywhere near the level it is at the moment. Because of that anomaly, it gained an insane amount of value and will probably be a 5 to 6 figure box in the next 10 to 20 years. And we can use that to look at Paldea Evolved. Now yes, Paldea Evolved didn't really get any unique printing where it was only one print. Paldea Evolved got printed multiple times, but the interesting thing about Paldea Evolved is that it is the only modern set which all the cards inside the set have bad printing quality. This creates a extremely rare anomaly where modern day chases have extremely low pop 10s. And while Paldea as a set in general might not be that hard to actually pull the cards you want, getting a 10 is one of the hardest things you can do in a modern era. It might actually be the hardest grading set in the whole modern era since maybe like Sun and Moon. Like, it's just that bad. And that creates an anomaly. We have to consider the fact that Magikarp has an extremely strong price history. Magikarp has multiple cards throughout the time of history that are 4 figures, some 5 figures, and some could really even go for 6 figures. We can't ignore that. We also have to look at the starters. There are starters of the most popular generation of all time because Scarlet and Violet was the most selling video game of all time. We also have a T-Tart and a Raichu, 2 popular Pokemon. And then that's not including every other minor, somewhat popular or just, vague Pokemon. But even though Paldea might not be an Evolving Skies when it comes to how stacked it is going to be a valuable set just because of how hard it is to get 10s. Now, let's create a scenario here. Let's say 2,000 people want the Magikarp in the 10. And let's say only 900, that's being pretty generous. Let's really say only like 100 PSA 10 Magikarps are on the market. Do you know what happens? It will cause the PSA 10 price of the Magikarp to continue to rise because of its scarcity. Then, when the card gets really scarce and you can't find it, what's your next option? One of two things. Buy near mint copies, which will cause the near mint price of the card to rise, or open up the sealed product, which will cause the sealed product to diminish. And every single day there's less sealed product of Paldea, there's less chances to get that 10. And we have to keep in mind that Paldea is 2 years old. 2 years old. And the majority of the rips of packs in general for a set happens in like those first 2 to 3 years. That means that we genuinely may never see over a 4K for the Magikarp in a 10. Like 4K pop. That's really low for a new gen card. And that's why I say it's a really difficult situation to wrap your head around. This card could literally be shilled to who knows where because there is enough money in this market to hold that card and people just refuse to off-sell it. And that's why I said that Paldea is an anomaly. If you're here for investing, it doesn't matter if you like Paldea or not. You can't deny the fact of how unique this set is. If in 10 years, somebody says they want a PSA 10 Raichu and only 3,000 are available, that's going to be an insane premium. And guess what's going to also get an insane premium because that's the only way to get a chance besides near mint copies at a PSA 10. the sealed product. We see this in XY evolutions all the time. In XY evolutions, there's not a single valuable card in that set. And that got printed realistically probably way more than Paldea did. But then there's extremely high premiums for 10s because they're just that hard. And we have to keep in mind, XY evolutions got printed for like 5 years. And there's still that crazy premium. So like, Pokemon doesn't necessarily always fix printing issues. So even if Paldea was to get another print, especially with Pokemon having their backs against the wall, it's not going to do anything. And hear me out. Yes, Paldea is starting to get ridiculously expensive. Like, I bought a box when they were like $280, and now they're $400 basically at this point. But it's hard to say, like, will this market ever correct on Paldea Evolved just because of how unique it is? Even if people start to hate Magikarp, which has never happened to my knowledge before in price history of the cards of Magikarp, it's going to be the freest play of your life. At some point in time, whether it's in the next 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, Paldea is going to go on an insane run. Because even if it isn't a Magikarp, in 10, 20 years, when these little 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish, etc. year-old children grow up, guess what's going to be the first set that has the full evolution line for all 3 starters? Paldea just has so much room to run that it's honestly pretty scary. Like, shill or no shill, I think Paldea could easily be a 4 to 5 figure box long term. Of course, we don't know what Pokemon's gonna do, so don't put your whole entire, paycheck into Paldea. But you would be crazy to not own Paldea. If you plan to be here for a long time, Paldea is unique. It's an anomaly, and you should take advantage. Because if you don't, you're going to be so mad in the future because you didn't. Overall, guys, what are your thoughts on Paldea? I think it's a pretty good set. Definitely not the best of Scarlet and Violet. But like I said, with an anomaly like this, sometimes it does not matter. Peace out, guys. Until next time, Poke Chomp out.